Okay, Monday, 12th of February 2024, daily cap trade review for the ES and the NQ. Another bad day to begin the week. Bad because I did not follow the process. Also ended up red. Not much, $25 on the day, regardless. The main thing being not staying objective and not following the process as it should be. Still, let's go over the plan first, what I had planned for the day and what I ended up doing. So starting with the ES, obviously we are making new all-time highs pretty much every day. There's not much structure or anything behind to make like a really solid plan. There's still some volumes, some levels to be mindful of, but they still kind of remain as open areas, open spaces, with price still being in discovery mode. So market is in an imbalanced upstate, closing at new all-time highs last Friday. Overnight, we were trading pretty much doing nothing. All night, overnight, we didn't move. Stayed within this 3-4 point region for the ES. No activity whatsoever. And the basic idea was, last Friday was a trend day. Left this little demand zone here. Go long from here. And then there was a very tiny strip of singles that was left. Because the strip of singles was just so small, I wasn't really interested in doing anything there. Even though I was aware that there is a set of singles dividing Friday into 2 days, kind of. But because it was only 2 points, I knew it was there. I was aware, but I wasn't planning on doing anything there. So my main thing was, if price could come back here, just go long from here, and if it happens to break for some reason, this will be the main area. It's the ledge, and this is where on Friday we broke out of the inside day. So that would be the test of the inside day high. Simple plan: go long from here, go long from here. There's no short, nothing to do on the short side of things. And then for the NQ, similar story, making new all-time highs every day. NQ also had a 1-hour demand zone that it formed last Friday near the value area low. Some strip of volume there, so little area, pretty much the midpoint of Friday's range. Decent area to be aware of, and then if that were to fail, long from here. And then what I've written here, that the volume profile would suggest this, so the actual zone would suggest this, plus because the wicks are here, maybe all the way down, but the volume profile would suggest a little bit lower than the demand zone, even though this is still pretty much a low volume area separating this and this. But it's because the area is so large, I wasn't really sure how to play it. But this is me trying to continually learn and see if I can make my daily plans a bit more concrete, maybe a bit more, I don't know what to say, process driven, where it kind of stays consistent rather than going through all different time frames and trying to find something off of just candlesticks. So that's just me trying to make my process more consistent and just trying to learn if there's a difference between my levels and volume-based levels, and how do they play out, and then later I might decide to make a decision to go with one or the other, regardless. Here we are, easy plan for NQ long breaks down, you can try a shot, and that's that. overnight, similar to ES, very quiet, and then we opened up within the higher end of Friday's range, within the overnight range. Same for the ES, higher end of Friday's range, within the overnight range. And the initial balance for the ES was absolutely atrocious. It's a 4.5 handles initial balance. So this 1 hour worth period in the ES was just phenomenally slow. They did have strong buying at the tops and selling at the lows, but for 1 hour nothing was really getting any follow through, and then eventually obviously we broke up and squeezed really hard, went from 47 up to 67 in an hour or so after moving 4 handles in 1 hour. But there was nothing really for me to do in the ES at this point of time. Similar to NQ, very small initial balance, nothing for me to do anywhere here. Now there was this break and retest of the prior day high, which I kind of saw but I did not take. It's not really in one of my playbooks and I did not take, and that's okay. But then again, retest the prior day's high, I decided to take this on the ES, and this is me getting a little bit jittery, getting a little bit too eager to take a trade, not being patient enough for my actual levels to hit. And obviously I see the price going up and I see it moving and I'm just sitting on the sidelines and I want to take a trade. And obviously, as expected, what as one may expect, because you're taking trades in stupid locations without a plan, you stop out and you lose money. So I closed this one for a 1 point loss. And then the one that I took this one on the ES, but similar setup I did not take on the NQ, so that in the first place doesn't make sense. Either it is a setup or it is not a setup, and obviously if it is, it's picking and choosing. If it's not, it's just choosing the wrong thing to begin with. And for me, it's the wrong thing to begin with. Shouldn't have taken this one, and shouldn't have taken this one, which I did not take, which is okay. Then NQ actually sold off into the region I was planning to go long from in the first place. And then when it actually came and it hit and it started turning, I hesitated and I entered really late. Entered up here, made it a 20 point instead of a 10 point stop. And I got nervous. I did not follow my rule of just leaving the stop be. And I entered here at the top, and as this candle closed, I got nervous and I scratched it, or like I closed it for an 8 point loss. Just not wanting to put the risk on, just not wanting to take the stop loss. Because once I'm in a trade, I'm just in that headspace that I want to be right, I want to be right, I want to be right. And that is the main lesson from today that I can say. I need to redefine for myself what winning actually means. Because at this point of time that I'm only learning, I'm trying to be consistent, I'm trying to be profitable. Winning is not about a green trade or a red, and losing is not about a red trade. Winning for me would definitely be me able to follow my process, just follow the edge and strictly abide by my rules. That is how I should define winning, and that is how I'm trying to define winning from tomorrow onwards. Obviously, it's not a one-day process. It's not that I clap my fingers and things immediately change. It will take some effort from my side. Only I have to put that effort in, but that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to I'm trying to do to change how I think while I'm trading, redefine what winning actually means. Nothing to do with profit, nothing to do with loss, nothing to do with a green trade, nothing to do with a red trade. Did I follow my process? Did I follow my rules? If yes, I won. If no, I did not. That's the simple goal. That's the simple idea. And that is how I'm going to judge my performance on, at least for the foreseeable future. Did I follow my rule to leave the stop B? Did I follow my rule to take profits at 2 to 1? And did I follow my execution rule to enter on a change? If I did that, I, I did well. If I did not, I did not do well. And this is as simple as it gets. And this is what we're going to do. And in the process, trying to win and winning in following the process every day, the idea is to keep on reviewing and to keep on seeing if we find any consistent holes within the process, and then tweak and improve the process, but always follow the process. And for the coming entire week and weeks, that is my one main goal, just to follow the process. Forget about the wins, forget about the losses. Follow the process and learn from my mistakes and learn from the process. And that's that. So, definitely made mistakes. Very apparent. But if I can learn from them and I can improve, obviously it's not the first time that I've made these mistakes. So this kind of needs a hard reset from me. It's going on for way too long. That I can't just keep making mistakes and say that, oh, okay, I will improve, and then make the same mistake again. Maybe it's okay once, maybe it's okay twice, but can't be an everyday thing. Otherwise, this is not going to work out. And this is where we are at. So just redefine the way we look at things and get better in that process. So took this trade, closed it for an 8 point loss. Obviously, the stop never triggered. It went to a more than 2 to 1 target if I were in the trade, even with the largest stop. So, not with the largest stop, but if I'd taken my initial planned entry, would have been more than 2 to 1, would have been a 30 point winner. Obviously, I did not do. And then it liquidated again. And then this was a demand breakdown trade, which I took here. This was at not the most favorable location, and I ended up closing it for a 3 point loss or whatever. I just got cold feet, and this bid actually came in here really strong. So that was what I was thinking there. So this is the first entry long. Got into some thinking, then also cut it after, even though the stop still wouldn't have triggered. This is the ES long, which I took, and I closed for a 1 point loss. And that's me, even when we are selling off. So this is not the best location. And then I cut the trade short, and then I get a second choice entry, and then I did not take it. And that would have been a green trade if I were to follow the process. So if I were to just follow my process on NQ, so that I would have had a green day. Obviously, I did not, and I ended up having a losing day. But it's not about losing day that I lost in terms of money or trades or whatever. It's losing day because I lost in terms of following my process. Lost in terms of abiding by my rules. those are the things that keep me safe. As I've been seeing it over the last week and today, when I do not follow them, it costs a lot. Not in just terms of straight up capital, but also in terms of mental capital, having to review and seeing myself make the same mistake again and again. Not a pleasant experience. And pretty much that was that. On the ES, on the NQ, when the bid was really really good, I actually wanted to. One of the reasons I did not want to stay short here was the bid was so strong. I wanted to be somehow long against these lows if I could. So the bid came in very strong, looking if it could be tested. So basically, when I first took the shot, the bid came in strong. Maybe if we can test the strong bid, and obviously it ended up doing. And then even when I was looking, even when I said that the bid is strong and it would be much more beneficial if I could find a way to go long against this bid. It's quite close to the area, it's not there, so this still wouldn't have been exactly a part of the process, but things that I can see, but I do not act on them because I'm just too scared of a green trade or a red trade. And then got this two opportunities here to go along against the bid, against the lows. Obviously would have worked at least a bit, but I did not do that. Same with the ES, single sold, but since I wasn't planning to do much at this area, I decided to not take it, which is okay. But that's the thing. I took 3 trades today. 1 on ES, absolutely atrocious. 2 on the NQ, they made sense, but then I just got scared. Did not actually follow the process of trade management and stop management, and instead of just following the process, I did completely something else and ended up paying for it. And that's the biggest outcome that we can take from today. Redefine what winning means, redefine what learning means, and get better from there. Awesome.